Hello, and welcome to Spaceships and Starworms, the stream. My name is Ben
Yay.
Quiggins, your GM. They, them. And these four individuals on the screens beside me today, these four lovely people.
Are you
What are
introducing us for a game
what
show?
are
Like,
you, a
what's happening?
Baptist preacher? Like, just
Wow,
filling
two different
time?
takes. Two
I'll
different
have to do a
takes.
type 5 here, Ben.
Well, we're gonna fix this in post, right?
No, yeah, if I do
If
it in
you
post.
ever
yes,
say
we're
those
cutting all
words to me,
this out.
know that I am psychically willing you to be set on fire. So
We know.
Yep,
I
that's
know.
it. That's all I got.
That's
That's the
why I
socials.
said
And the stream's over. Goodbye. Everybody go home. It's over, so I can fix this in post.
You do.
But anyways, here are my players. They can introduce themselves.
You know, that sentence that you just said is actually in the post now because it's over.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Fair
How
enough.
dare
So is
you.
everything we do from now on technically post because
No.
the session's over?
That's not. It stands for post production. So no.
How that works?
Yeah, this is the after party. Anyway,
But if the
Hi.
previous was the production, then we are post production.
I keep cutting to Steve to do the introduction. You fuckers keep talking. Shut up.
Ben, every word out of your mouth makes me want to throttle you more.
Steve, who are you? I'm not cutting back to them.
English.
Honestly, I accept it.
I'm
the
not cutting
throttle.
back to you.
As Aaron said, I'm Steve. Average Calamities, he, him. I play Scarrick, the Bravash roboticist, and his big friend Mars, the big robot. And my shout out tonight is for Terrible Trio Dice, who
Yay.
just started making potion bottles for sets of dice and putting those on their Etsy shop. So go check them out. Whoop,
Like that.
that's gone. That's me.
What's up? My name is Getty, aka Ragnarok Rose. My pronouns are she, her, and tonight I'll be playing the illustrious and totally not anxious at all times. Don't let anyone else of her friends tell you. Paladin, who's a proxy, Twig, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Cool. What's up? I didn't cut to myself. What's up? I'm Aaron. He, him. At NanoBoozed are my handles. And I play the part of Arrow, who is a diva bard. And very excited to be here. And also, I have to shout out my friends over at Campa Creations for this beautiful hand wood-burned dice tray that keeps me from throwing my dice all over the floor and losing them forever. So thank you so much. Beautiful craftsmanship. I love this thing.
Does
Aaron,
it, Aaron?
Power move, cut back to Getty again. Just stay on Getty, and I'll introduce myself while you're on Getty. So
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
no, he forgot to cut to himself when he first started talking, so I'm just like, we'll just cut back to Getty again. No big
Uh-huh.
Anything
Okay.
you'd like
Deal.
to say to the fans at home, Getty?
I mean, it is
deal. Getty's the face of this
the
stream.
most beautiful person on the stream. So
Thank you. Yes, just mouth along while I'm speaking. Oh my
Getty
god.
is
Okay.
now officially the voice of us all.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Welcome to our improv class.
Hi, I'm Audrey, she, her. I play Ever, an Easonite survivalist whose pronouns are also she, her. Tonight, I have a few things to talk about. So first, we'll get the quick ones over. This notebook with magnetic inserts, which I love, is from Flinchy Studios, another local St. Louis artist. And secondly, and perhaps more importantly, our other Steve, not the Steve here with us on the stream tonight, but Metal Steve, is a big personality in the local LARP community. And he, along with a lot of other amazing people, have been putting together a fundraiser in cooperation with RAIN, which is, if you're not familiar with it, a support network for and bisexual assault survivors, to address a lot of the inequities and abuses of power that can rise up in LARPs. So this is an organization that would be helping LARPs nationwide, and they're raising money to basically set up the program. So I'm going to tweet that link out here in just a second, and I will put it in our Discord server as well. But if you want to learn more about the project, it's called Project Sunlight, I believe, is the name of it. They have a GoFundMe, and they've already got a lot of generous donations, but every bit helps to get this set up so that we can, empower people and make LARPs a safer, less risky place for everybody in general. So I'm going to tweet that out. Let's see. Oh, Starworms. Yeah. Thank you, Aaron, for dropping that in the chat. I will tweet that out on our social media as well in case you're interested. And I'm sure this won't be the last time you hear us talking about it, but just wanted to throw that out there today so that that's something you guys can keep on your radar. And I think that's all I have today, other than to say, yay, sponsor Funky Games, still with us. You'll hear more about them at the intermission. So last thing is all our art is Nutellarella, unless otherwise listed. So that's what we got.
Yep. Okay.
So Ben, hit us with that recap.
Back to you.
So I'm gonna apologize in advance. It's been
That's
a
a
day.
great start. That's a great start.
It's been a day. So if I look kind of out of it,
Wait,
I'm
hang
doing my
on.
best to-
Hang on. Just don't start this yet. I just have to show you. The dog is pouting.
Oh, baby. Why is she
She's-
pouting?
Yeah.
Is that her
She's all
head
mad.
behind the couch?
It is up over that pillow on the arm of the couch. Yeah.
Ophelia's being very cute. I'm trying not to take a billion photos of her, but failing.
I mean, it's better than what I thought was happening, which was just a lot of really high angle selfies, which is not your style usually.
What did that even look like? I don't like take.
This is like the early 2000s, I guess. MySpace.
That's a weird angle. I don't like it because it shows everything that's on the floor behind me.
No one can see your living space.
After the pandemic, it's a finely crafted aura.
That's what she calls it.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Okay.
Ben, yeah.
The
what
recap.
happened?
Right. So, last time you guys wrapped up helping out Ozwin, where you flew out a couple of systems over to find a massive starworm and help that starworm out because it had some kind of parasite from the outer reach that was expelling was essentially taking in the newly released dark matter from one of the starworm's vents and then releasing its own partially used up dark matter. It was creating a really nasty dark matter storm in that system. But you guys spelunked into the vent of the starworm and killed that thing, gave it a nice cleaning, and only came out with a little bit of radiation poisoning. We had a nice little moment with Arrow and a Stardrake.
Gosh.
And
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I think you need to say the name of the Stardrake.
Do we remember the name of the
Oh,
Star
of course, I will never forget the name of Chekhov.
Yeah, Chekhov, the
Chekhov.
Stardrake.
Chekhov the Stardrake.
As named by Arrow. I don't know if you named the Stardrake on stream, though. I think that might have been something you said
Did I
afterwards.
say it afterwards? I thought I said it.
No, I think you said it on stream.
Because didn't we make a joke about it? It's like Chekhov's gun? Now it's
Yeah, that's the
Chekhov,
point. Gotta come back later.
Chekhov Stardrake. Chekhov the
Chekhov
Right.
Stardrake.
Well, Chekhov the Stardrake was a friendly encounter. You guys bidded farewell to the Starworm as she kind of went back to her dozing state and slow-moving journey. And you headed back to the station. Since then, it's been a couple of weeks, about 10 days. And you guys haven't had any, high-key jobs in this time, so it's mostly just been, your usual day-to-day, going into work, getting your paycheck, etc. Obviously, Ever had to get treated for her the radiation.
Did not have to get
You
treated.
had a
Treated
spell for it, right?
myself.
Yeah.
Treated
Sorry, that's right.
myself.
You magically treated yourself for the radiation. Yes. And
I will
Arrow,
definitely hang around to like
with-
offer help if you let her.
I mean, yeah, it's mostly just so the way that it works is with the levels of exhaustion, I would have to prepare and cast both Lesser Restoration and Deradiate to make my Constitution saving throws. And I rolled those after the session was over last time just to see if I would have it at the start of this session. And it only took me 1 day of that treatment.
Well,
to
Twig
fix it.
can help with the lesser resto part, so we probably did it together.
Perfect. Good.
yeah, so you were probably able to do that on your way back then, because it was a day and a half of space
Oh
flight.
yeah, so you rested there. Cool.
Um,
Fixed so it didn't trip the scans on the way in.
so upon your return, Arrow, with Ozwin's contacts in the Academy of Occult Sciences, sold all of the footage that he took on the back of the starworm and in the vent and such, and with the Stardrake, for a pretty hefty sum, and came out with a hefty pile of credits. So in this week's time, I've already given this your like weekly pay that you get from your jobs, and Arrow has his money from that selling. And we're not gonna belabor too much on what you do during your downtime, but I did want to poke each of you and kind of see if you had a moment that you wanted to touch on that happened in these last like 10 days before we pick up the adventure again. Does anybody particularly want to go first?
Wait, Ben, I want to do one more shout out because I forgot to do it. But Aaron designed custom character sheets for Arrow and Ever, and he's working on ones for Twig and Scarrick. But they're very pretty and very cool, and they have the art on the front of them, and I love them.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So he'll ask you, I'm sure, for your input on how you want it laid out, Steve, for your best navigation. But he makes them custom, so I have 10 weapon slots.
10
sure.
weapon
Pull up your
slots.
sheet again so I can see.
Ready
how
to
many
make a
weapon
giant
slots. That's
trifold
gross.
because I got a lot of information.
Yeah, right.
Well, you have an extra sheet because of Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of those are weapon slots. It's weapon slots all the way down.
Do you notice, Aaron, that I have 6 of them full already?
I did see that. Yes, wow. That's a lot of. I knew you had a lot. You said,
Look, when I use
want
up
all
the
weapon slots, so that's what I gave
when
you.
I use up the grenades, I will have another one open, and it'll only be 50% full.
You
Thank
say that
gosh.
like you're not about to get more grenades.
I
Yeah,
didn't
like,
buy any grenades in this downtime.
but do I need to buy the web grenade? Like,
Please feel free. I did not purchase any of the spell grenades. My grenades need to hurt things, not do utility things.
I'm buying one each of those.
Be my guest.
For context for viewers at home, Ben has updated our shop. So
Yes, Maury's secret shop has also been updated.
One of the items in there, or 2 of the items rather, are 2 different types of spell trigger grenades, which are a magic item you can get in the upcoming book, which we'll be talking about next session because the published listing should be up by then.
Exciting!
Yeah, but basically you throw them and then it does like an area of effect spell instead of doing a specific damage type. Aaron, you're quiet, Mike, Raz says.
Yep, my mic was far from my face, and I'm not yelling because my jaw is sore. But I will try to speak up, and my mic was also like down here, which is probably not great, but I
Nope.
fixed it.
Anyway,
Fair
Good
enough.
looking out.
vignettes, Ben, of downtime you were talking
Who
about.
would like to go first?
Let's
You
roll
know
for
that.
it.
I was gonna
All
say,
right.
you know that never works. You just gotta choose.
D20
and
rolls,
make it roll.
y'all.
Initiative?
Initiative.
Everybody roll initiative.
Shit, I rolled a 3, which means I'm gonna have to.
God,
fucking
you
go.
just gave me that item that makes my initiative really good, Steve.
I
It
rolled
was
a 1.
trap.
You rolled a
16.
1.
I'm going last.
I got a
6.
22.
Nice. I guess we know who's going first.
What about you, Scarrick?
16.
Okay.
All
All right, Audrey. So what did Ever get up to that's of interest in these last 10 days?
So she's done a lot of her usual shenanigans, tours, checking in with her boss at the museum, going out with Mahogany, stuff like that. But I think the interesting thing that she's maybe done in this downtime is she's going to pay a visit to the local Flames chapter. because in this last run of adventure, she's had a couple very close brushes with death. So I think she's thinking about what needs to happen in the event that it's more permanent next time.
Fair enough. All right, so you arrive at the Flames Embassy, which you've been to a couple times now since you helped Lightning out, and Char is there as well. Although Char has probably visited you guys a couple of times here and there since that little venture, just to say hello. Maybe
Sure.
bring some edible food for those who eat. But yeah, so you step inside. Char is, as always, managing the forward facing desk. She is currently seems to be face deep in a couple of different computer screens, with a puzzled look on her face, and really just kind of not paying much attention as the door slides open and closes behind you.
Yep. Hey, Cha.
Oh, Ever. What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. I actually, for once, am here on maybe what's actually official Flames business.
Wait, really?
Yeah, not like I'm the representative for Flames, but like you are, and I actually need to talk to an actual representative for Flames for once.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's what we're here for, to help any and all Ozwinites on the station. So, what can we do for you? Do I need to get lightning?
Let me just give you the gist of it, and then you tell me if we need to get lightning involved. Because, so the main thing is that come pretty close to dying a couple times in the last month or so, and it has been brought to my attention that I don't really have arrangements in place for that happening here, and therefore getting my essence back to Ezon.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, I'm definitely gonna grab lightning. So tell you what, go upstairs, and the first room on the left is our consultation room. Make yourself comfortable. Sip some magma juice, and just whatever you need to get yourself nice and relaxed, because this kind of stuff can be pretty morbid to talk about. But Lightning is a trained professional.
Sure, I will keep that in mind.
And then Char hops up and heads upstairs to get Lightning.
I'm going to go into the consultation room. I will not be drinking any of the magma juice TM because I can't imagine that any Ezonite would call just plain magma juice, so it has to be a marketed product, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it's marketed, and also it's like it even on the thing it says the taste of home, and it's just got a picture of the flame
it's
symbol.
like branded holy water or something.
Yeah, basically it's like branded holy water.
That's fucked
Yeah.
up. That's
So
fucked up.
Ever does not drink that, and she doesn't really get comfortable. She just kind of sits in her chair and crosses her arms, like, all right.
There's different types of rocks on a platter, like you would with crackers or something at
Oh
tea
man, I
time.
thought you were gonna tell me it was like one of those cafeteria salad bars from high school.
No, it's more like a cake platter.
Okay, that's even better.
Yeah, or a charcuterie board of
Great.
rocks and
Great.
stones. And after a few minutes, the door opens up and Lightning comes in, and smiles, has her hands in front of her, and says, they say, Ever, it's so good to see you, honestly.
Well, did Shaw fill you in?
She told me why you're here, and that's completely understandable. I honestly, you probably don't remember, but when you first arrived, we did have a conversation about your plans in this regard, because you left your paperwork blank. So I'm really glad that you've decided to come to us to kind of walk through this.
Sure, yes. I just need to make arrangements.
Of course. Here, comes in, pulls out like a hollow screen, pops up next to them as they sit down. They like scroll through, press a few keys. Let me just pull up your paperwork. Can I get you anything to drink?
Nope,
Uh,
I am
these
just
rocks to
fine.
your liking?
They're fine.
Something else, perhaps?
I smelted before I came.
All right. Here we go. Ah, that's right. Pulls up your documents. They're almost entirely blank and not filled out.
It's like the equivalent of trying to look someone up and then having most of the stuff redacted.
Basically. Except for in this case, it was never filled out.
Yeah, I just didn't give them any of the information.
All right. So, I'm just gonna go through our usual what's the word that they would probably call this? I was trying to think of something clever, but it didn't come to me. So, our usual funerary planning. So first things first, as far as your possessions, property, uh, your worldly things, do you have preferences about how those are to be distributed?
Anything of historical relevance should go to my boss at the museum, but otherwise, I mean, the Kestodians, I guess. Twig,
And
Arrow, Scarrick, you know.
okay, yes, your companions. Very well. Okay. So I'm of course going to need all of your various account numbers and stuff to put them in the system so that we know.
Sure.
But those can wait. You can always send those over. I guess my next question is, you're still rather young.
Ooh, I'm middle-aged. I'm 19, Ben. Which for
Oh,
an
I
Easonite,
elite lightning knows this, but does
that's
not
like
change what they said.
that's more than halfway middle-aged if we're going on like average. Well, not
30 to
quite half.
40. Yeah,
Yeah.
like no, lightning knows this.
Okay. All
They're
right.
just being nice.
Too nice. Don't like it. Don't trust it.
Um, that being said, obviously you have a somewhat dangerous career. Um, so what? So ideally, those who are expecting to crumble naturally make plans to return to Ezon before that happens, usually within a year or two. Do you have um, a return plan in mind for natural causes?
No, because that is hopefully a little ways off. This is purely here to discuss accidental demise and what to do in that event.
Right. I understand. It's just that the whole we're doing some of the paperwork, so there's really no reason not to do all of it.
Right. Well, so here's the thing about doing all of the paperwork. I am never going back to Ezon, even in the event of natural causes. So every plan should just be to ship my remains.
Ugh.
I don't understand.
I'm not sure how much clearer I can make it. I will live out the rest of my days not on Isan.
I understood what you said. I just don't understand why.
Well, you don't really want to go into the sordid account of how Flames fucked me over when I was first off Izan, and how I don't particularly like the idea of going back where that's going to dominate my life, and how I really am only setting this up because I do believe that being part of the cycle of collective knowledge is very important to me. I just don't necessarily care about the organized religion component of it.
I see. All right. I understand. You're aware that upon demise, the Easonite life force doesn't remain for very long.
About an hour, yes, I know. And I also know that there are ways to contain it. So basically, I can shorten this whole process. All I'm saying is that you should requisition the nearest Flames outlet that has one of the special containment things to contain my essence, and get it brought here so that I can keep it with me, so that in the event of my death, my companions can return it to you, who can return it to Isan. Does that adequately sum up what I came here looking for?
Yes, I understand. We have a vessel here for such purposes. Even a site as small as ours carries at least one.
Right.
So we can turn that over into your charge as long as you sign for it and, we fill out the paperwork.
Fantastic.
I'm curious, Miss Ever.
Mm-hmm.
What did Flames do to you when you left that
Well,
makes you so adverse?
just kind of controlled every aspect of my waking life, which is most of it, and also manipulated me quite a bit. Like my first mentor manipulated me quite a bit, and just in general was really nasty, and I didn't care for being treated that way or ever again. And so I put my distance there, and I don't regret it.
I see. Well, if that's how you feel, let's get this paperwork done, shall we?
Great. Thank you.
Okay. And you do.
I walk
And
out
then,
of there with a Easonite Pokeball, as Steve has called it.
an Easonite Pokeball.
I was thinking more like a ghost
I
trap.
imagine it's like a
Yeah.
small cylindrical
It's
crystalline
like an
material.
urn or something.
Yeah. Or like a tiny urn. It's kind of cute.
God.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I'm not here for church. Can I get one of the coffins in the back? It's for my friends. Like, just in case I have to use it recently.
Can I get an Insta coffin? I live kind of
Can
a
I
dangerous
can I
life.
skip the whole like confession part? Can I just get it to go? Like,
Look, here's the thing. It didn't occur to ever to think about this, except for that Mahogany was like, oh yeah, if you died down in the pit, I was going to have to go get your body before it dissolved into energy and then contain it so that they could send it back to Izan. And Ever was like, oh, I should probably carry one of those things with me.
That's
So here
fair.
we are.
yeah.
All right. So what is Scarrick up to?
So let me montage this for you real quick.
Right.
I kind of imagine Arrow stumbling upon just like checking out the computer that we kind of share just for random internet stuff. Open up a web browser and see Scarrick's search history, and it is basically all robot movies, like big giant robot movies in anime, and you see one that's like a whole bunch of spy movies, assassin and hitman movies, as well as
What the hell is
a search for Bravash Ninja.
Steve, does Scarrick watch Inspector Gadget?
Has
Okay.
I'm sure.
I just didn't know if it came up in this montage. I was trying to
Um,
think of giant robot movies and just robot detectives and stuff. So
Pacific Rim is on there.
Oh yeah,
For
absolutely.
sure.
I was like,
Definitely,
These are some
definitely
good
Power
ones.
Rangers
I mean, let's
I
be
just
honest.
don't
If they live in the
and
same
Voltron.
space, it sounds like what Arrow is also doing is watching several
Gundam.
of these in and out.
Yeah. Oh,
Like-
yeah. Like the whole 2 weeks. That's all that Scarrick and Arrow would be watching. But like
Every
you
time-
see that Scarrick's been like obsessively looking up these things, and also like researching actual parts of them, like mechanics of large mechs and robots, and
Imagining a super late like movie binger after just hours and hours of watching. Like-
and you definitely catch Scarrick doing some interesting exercises, and part of that search history is exercising for stealth.
Hey, Scarrick, did you buy a yoga mat?
Yeah.
Well, like this thing is like, how thick did you get it? This thing looks like a kung fu mat. This thing's like 3 inches thick.
Bigfoot, big claws, kind of need it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Huh? All right. Well, I gotta go to the radio station at work, so remember to put eye drops in.
Yeah.
That's fun.
All right. Now we know how you're supposed to multi-class.
Oh
in
my
this.
gosh.
Watch
Apparently.
movies.
Okay, Arrow. What are you up to in these last 10 days?
Well, I guess have to address the elephant in the room. So, as a late night radio host, he of course has to occasionally spend time actually being a late night radio host.
Doing his job, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he goes back to work. Said, "Hey, I'm gonna do some like a week of fresh new studio takes. It's been a while since I've done some live stuff, and so he goes to work at 103.3 The Jam, and as doing his radio show and having a great time and doing fine, and then gets an email from like one of the like head honchos the studio, who's not. Oh my gosh, I forgot his friend's name.
Riff.
Riff. That's not Riff. That's just kind of like
One of the investors.
yeah, one of the investors. Basically, it's from the board. He got an
The
email from
board.
the board, and
Uh-oh.
oh, that's Audrey. And sorry, I switched to your camera. And the board said, "So, we're very excited to have you continue working. So, due to security and insurance reasons, we can't have you talking about the Kestodians on air anymore." And so, Arrow's like, "Well, crap. Now I got to go back to my normal programming tonight at 11. Speevers."
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, that being said, Arrow spends the next several weeks building up, starts running a Kestodian forum board.
Oh man.
And as a kind of mechanically as a diva bard, it goes viral and is moderating a community of thousands of people who I've read about and are following now, whether they think it's real or some total whacked out web show that's being written by some crazy guy. We get a following going, and Arrow spends a bunch of time cultivating a community around the show.
Huh.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
All
asking
right.
questions, doing Q&As.
Can't wait to meet some of the cosplayers.
Oh
That's
god.
terrifying.
Oh god.
Hey, Scarrick. Hey, Scarrick, did you see this fan art? Man, this is really cool. They
So
drew
Raz hangs out on
Mars.
these forums then.
Oh yeah, Raz is absolutely all over these forums.
Is Raz just the moderator of the
Raz
fandom?
in universe,
Word.
canon
Really
moderator.
captures Anvia's energy.
It's yes,
my
that's
gosh.
correct. That's correct. There's at least one post a day about Envia, demanding
I would-
more Envia lore, demanding Envia to appear at more some fan art posted
Yeah.
of Envia.
Eric would definitely invite Anvia to watch some of the more violent movies with us.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
I love it.
Okay.
Hey, Scarrick, did you see this? You got fan art of Mars, but the way they drew you in Mars is like a robot ninja. Like, have you seen this? This is pretty cool.
Send me that. Send it to me.
Sure, man.
It's like that scene from The Karate Kid, but with Moz and Scarrick.
Arrow sends it over to Scarrick, thinking it's Scarrick's
It's
gonna like make
already
it his
his
phone
computer
background,
desktop
and
background.
then it's like
Yeah.
the wall.
Eric's just gonna.
It's
stare
blown
at
up
it.
huge on the
All
wall
right.
with like diagrams drawn off of it. I can see it now. But yeah, that's what it was
Alright.
doing.
And what about you, Twig? What has Twig been up to these last 10 days?
Well, Twig is currently sitting across the table from someone. She's wearing a nice little I'd say like a cute like floral pattern blue top and a long black skirt, and she's currently sitting here going, "Oh my gosh, what the fuck have I gotten myself into?"
And you're sitting across from someone, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is that someone's name Jean Ulster?
Well, I don't know if she might have a handle or a fake identity, but right now it seems to be.
Jean might be her fake identity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Honestly.
Fair enough. Jean kind of swirls her wine glass a little bit and says, "So what changed your mind?"
Well, I mean, wise. I can't just say that maybe I was interested in trying again, or like uh, ever convinced me to yeah.
That does sound like her. Not that I know Ever particularly well, but
I think you have a decent impression.
persuasive.
Yeah, I would say like supportive and ready to help, but yeah, persuasive is a good word.
You're pretty in deep with these people, huh?
I mean, well, they're good people. They're kind of chaotic, and it's a little outside of my what I'm usually comfortable with, but like they're good folks. I wish Arrow wouldn't spend so much time like talking about us in general, because I feel like it's only a matter of time until like somebody comes looking for us because of it. But like, I don't know.
Well,
It's refreshing to be around other people who like care about doing something like right now instead of like passing it off for later, I guess.
I get that. It's why I had to leave my original home. Get out here, do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like how we met, so
True. True. Although back then you were more, what's the word? Angel of the shadows, caring for the homeless, justice on the streets.
I still feel like you listen to our mutual friends a little too much. Like
Maybe.
I'm not like Scarrick's like that guy. I was never like capping drug runners and I don't know.
What is
Like
What does a bat guy have to do with anything?
He's got
Wait,
all
what's a
sorts of
bat
weird.
guy?
Got all sorts of weird cartoon he watches. It seeps into your brain when you're around him long enough. Like he just makes these references constantly, and it's a it's a a cartoon about like a rich costumed superhero who like fights crime or whatever in a big city.
That seems kind of unrealistic.
With
I haven't
gadgets.
found very many rich people that are willing to improve society.
Yeah. I mean, most of what he does seems to be just throw people in with the cops, and then they get out again, and they aren't changed in any way, and he has to fight the same people 100 times. So maybe it's like a really deep critique
Is it a
of
metaphor of the
society,
system?
but the way Scarrick talks about it, I don't think that's what he gets from it. So
Hmm.
So this show is basically a metaphor for society, but with fights.
no, it's Shira. Anyway,
Hmm. Well, you know what they say, Twig.
Hmm?
You tell the most about a person by what the people who know them say about them.
I
So
guess.
when I call you the angel of the streets because of all the people you've helped here in Wing 4, talk about you that way, I think that's pretty representative of what you do for the world, even if you don't quite see it that way yourself.
Well, thanks for saying that. Yeah. Sorry, I don't really know how to reply to that. It's just I'm just doing what I need to and trying to help people out.
You don't have to reply with anything. So, you and your friends have big plans coming up?
Not really right now. I'm mostly just trying to keep our heads down. So we'll see what happens.
Keep your head down with
Keep your
that group?
heads down. Oh no! Did
Yeah,
I
that's
just
a
say I
good
basically
point.
started the subreddit? Oh no!
Keep your heads down, says Twig. Well, meanwhile, Arrow furiously typing to fans.
I don't know what you're talking about.
People not on Kestia are now aware of Kestia.
Oh yeah,
I think it's a little
it's one of those
inevitable.
things where like Arrow checks the stats on the forum, and it's got like the one viewer from like a system 300 light years away or something.
I think weirdly enough, it would probably be more popular in like focus groups off of Kestia than the people on Kestia.
That's true.
Focus groups.
Here's the thing,
Um,
Ben. You cannot tell me that there's not some like lonely outpost in the outer reaches that is like dying for the weekly update on the Kestodians because there's just no other entertainment.
Oh, absolutely. I imagine that a lot of frontier outposts and stuff get this. Like this is what the Galactic Network is for.
Yeah, totally. I just want to say is like a latent one of her powers is like not being picked up on recordings and stuff. So I feel like she's just not her presence or who she is isn't very clear in any of Arrow's recordings. And there's a lot of speculation in the fan group about it and who she is and
It's
what
just
her
like
deal is.
she's always blurry.
Yeah, whenever someone says something about her, it's kind of like not really caught.
There's like a whole thread where people are speculating that Arrow intentionally blurs her out,
But
which
no,
means she must be someone famous.
yeah, must be someone
Right.
famous. Definitely.
She's got to be either someone famous or her real identity is like super integral to a plot twist that's going to come later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's definitely people in the outer reaches who think this is all scripted.
100%.
For sure.
100%.
I think maybe part of the reason it got popular is somebody posted like, so I found this really obscure web show that is an interactive ARG that interacts with fans to help write the plot, and it's like really good fiction. You guys should check it out.
My gosh.
That's actually exactly why it's more popular.
And Arrow's just like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play with it. Twig won't be mad at me if everybody thinks it's fake, right?
It's true.
And in all of the posts, instead of using Twig's name, Arrow's just like stick.
I can't. That's terrible.
That's horrible.
I know.
It's really bad.
I'm imagining
you.
every like camera thing that's ever been posted in every picture. Twig is like composited out and replaced with like just a crappier CGI Twig.
Pixelated. Just pixelated.
Pixelated. The light shading looks off.
Aaron, I'm imagining the Ember
No,
Island
it's just-
players.
It's just she's just never quite framed. But yeah,
yes.
yeah, she's like she leans forward and she's like, sorry, I guess I shouldn't be talking about work. But
I mean, honestly, work is most of our lives at this point. Or at least it's most of mine. It's
yeah.
hard not to talk about it.
Yeah.
But since you brought it up, what have you been doing in your free time?
Reading?
Oh? Anything interesting recently? I feel like I haven't read in forever.
Yeah, like lots of books on like different theologies and stuff. Just been an interest lately.
Theology.
Like all the different
It's a pretty deep subject.
yeah, there's all the different worlds out there have something.
It's like my mentor always used to say that every mortal in the galaxy strives to believe in something.
Maybe, I guess.
Well, it's not always obvious what that something is, but seems true enough.
What do you believe in?
Me?
Yeah.
Freedom.
It's a good base point.
But freedom can be real dangerous too. After all, if you're free to do good things for yourself or for other people, you're free to do bad things too.
Yeah. She looks kind of contemplative. Yeah, go ahead.
No, please.
Sorry, I feel like I'm not very good at this.
I haven't been on a date since the last time we went on a date.
Wait, you were teasing me down there about not going on dates with Ever. You just don't date either, Gene? Were you leading me on? Because I really thought that you were like cool and confident and way more experienced than me in everything in general. So like you gotta give me a hint here because I am flying blind.
Well, I like to think that I'm cool and confident, but I definitely my dating
She
life
nods.
has suffered since I got my job here on Kestia. Something about
But I met you after you. Okay.
something about, this kind of life activity makes it a little difficult to connect with people.
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
But you, fortunately, you're kind of already in the sphere, so it all works out.
It'll work out. She nods. But yeah, I don't have really anything grandiose I want to end this scene on, so we should
Nope.
probably move on to the actual session.
We're just living this
They're both
awkward
super
life.
awkward.
We're just living this awkward life. Would you like to see Getty and I continue this awkward date instead of doing the session?
Oh my god.
Look, yeah.
Don't give chat the option.
How do we start a
They'll
poll?
trap us. They'll trap us in this date forever. What was that, Steve?
How do we start a poll?
Oh God, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Stream poll? The answer is we don't, because I don't know how to do that.
Oh man, looks like Rebel
So there's-
Steve has gotten
There's
our
actual
request.
actual stuff to do in this session, Ben, or are we all just gonna go on awkward dates?
I mean, actually I do have stuff. It's fine. So
We meet back
I-
up.
all right. So you guys, like I said, it's been about 10 days. And that's not to say that you guys don't talk to each other. Like,
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
As Twig has so kindly pointed out, these three are basically her friends. I was gonna say only real friends, but that seemed kind of mean.
Ooh, ow.
That's pretty mean.
She has
Also,
girlfriends. She's friends at
Also,
work.
I just want to say that if we're talking about whose situation is sadder, Ever didn't have anybody else to leave shit to when they were
Yeah.
going through basically her will. So,
Woof.
True. That's true.
and she's lived here for a few years.
Yeah, I mean, but if it wasn't for these three, you probably would have been giving it to Ollie.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
That is really sad. Frankly.
All right, Twig. Honestly, you just moved up a whole tier of happiness because Ever has to exist below you.
Twig ever has
That's
to what?
very rude.
I missed what you said.
Because Ever has to exist below you.
On the happiness scale.
I
Well,
don't
we're
understand,
gonna
but
raise
Never
that
mind.
scale for everybody because
are you saying Twig
Fine.
is sad?
Yes.
She's not sad.
Twig has
Garrick.
a,
She's just anxious. There's a difference.
Garrick and Arrow host a movie night, and Garrick puts on RoboCop.
Yeah.
I'm not sad.
Twig, this will make you
Robocop-
feel
Is this-
so much better.
RoboCop seems like a horrifying film to show to fucking
fine.
Twig.
Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd then.
Could you imagine what Twig would do with RoboCop?
We stopped like 15 minutes into RoboCop. Like, okay, we admit that one may have been a little much. We are very sorry. We think this next one will be a bit of a palate cleanser. It's called Judge
Hey,
Can we ever
Robot.
just rewatch the Bat Guy series? Like, I liked that one.
No, it's we can't stream it anywhere because there's a copyright conflict again. So it's moving platforms, but we can. I just
Iron
forgot the
Giant.
name. I just forgot the name. What? Let's watch the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant will make you feel better. It's a cathartic experience, but you will cry a lot.
Right.
Okay.
Anyways.
Like how all Earth media is just canon.
Yeah, why not?
It's all
Apparently.
pirated, but
Look, it's easier for point of reference than making up a bunch of media and then having to explain to people what the equivalencies are.
it's true.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one
yeah,
could have
yeah.
been, made on Iron Giant could have been made on a different planet.
Sorry, this stream has a
Kygor.
Ix Babel implant in our audio that automatically
yeah,
translate all these references to something that you can understand in Earthling.
Yeah,
Makes
RoboCop was made by the Ix.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know if that's true.
It had an X director,
That doesn't seem like.
but maybe not an X production company.
Oh my gosh, RoboCop is the has like the Ix culture impact that Akira did on Earth. In this essay, I will be.
Hey Raz,
Yeah,
so you keep bringing up Transformers in the chat, and I just want you to know that a show like that does actually canonically exist in the Nakora Galaxy, but we call it Transmorphers.
Yes,
That is correct. It is
Transmorphers
mentioned
is
in
more.
the new
In
book.
I was gonna say in our next book, there's some flavor tidbits about it.
Transmorphers.
Cannot wait.
Far
to
More
beyond
than beats
the
the
eye.
guy.
you all meet Creddy.
It's far beyond the eye.
Transmorphers and Anaforms.
Anaforms?
Anaforms.
Yes, correct.
Anaform sounds like an indie band, and I'm gonna take that name.
But the Anaforms books are actually about a bunch of sentient animals that take the shape of humanoids.
Yeah,
Oh my
Like,
god.
so the transformations are still just as horrifying, but like,
but
it's
one
actually
of
just
them,
a
one of
badger.
them's not a human, Ben.
Well, yeah, I mean a humanoid, right? So they don't have to be humans that they turn
No.
into.
I mean, like one of them has to not be an animal because the animal.
Wait, one of them
Oh, true.
transforms into a human?
So one of them is a human, actually, and transforms into a different humanoid.
Yes, correct.
Wait, that's
And
just
it's
one of the
still
characters from
horrifying.
Animorphs.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the point, Getty.
This is so cursed.
Anyway,
This is the lore
Speaking
we've
of-
established.
Speaking of cursed,
An infinite
what
creative
are we
canvas.
up to, Ben? What are we up to?
God, I don't fucking even know what we're up to anymore.
I think we're getting together back at the warehouse, aren't we?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Do we
so
do our shopping off stream? That's a
Yes.
general
Yeah.
question. Okay.
yeah, we did our shopping off.
Oh, that's right. I totally remember doing that very thing that I did. Definitely.
Sure.
So yeah, we're all
You
hanging
didn't.
out.
You didn't say that you bought anything, Aaron.
No, I didn't. Just
That is the point that Aaron is making, I think.
that's what I
Okay.
didn't because I.
Gotcha.
That's fine. Nothing will come up immediately.
All right, that's fine.
I want the
Okay.
belt. Ben, I want the belt. Everyone, I want the belt.
The heavy
Understood.
load belt. We
Take the
got
belt.
it. We're hearing you.
Well,
Your
Get the
little
belt.
noodle arms can lift things.
Yeah, like it's like a nice belt. So what's the item? Is that an S&S item or is that a D&D item?
The heavy load belt?
Yeah.
It was long ago a 3.0 item that didn't make it into 4th edition, but made it into Pathfinder, and then didn't make it into 5th edition. But I revamped it for SNS.
Ooh,
Yep.
so new item preview, everyone.
Yeah, there will be a lot of those next week because we have so much gear from the new book.
Yeah, there's a lot of gear you guys already have that's from the new book, including one that had to get changed because of watching it on the stream.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's
I helped us
your
discover
lifeline
how
watch,
broken
Aaron.
the lifeline watch is.
Yeah,
Ben, is
it
this an
super is.
action? Can I do this as a free action?
And I was just like,
Oh,
Power creep. Power creep. Anyway.
All right. So you guys, you meet back up on one of your typical meetup days. Maury has sent out a group message saying that she's fielded a few more requests. One in particular kind of stands out to her as might be of interest to you guys. And yeah, so you guys have met up. And Maury vid calls in to I guess Arrow's computer setup. It's like a little hologram of like
At some
the
point, we
Maury
get like
bust.
a big multi-monitor setup at the end of our big table that's like our video wall to talk to the mayor, except it's always Maury.
it's always
Yeah,
Maury.
it's just-
Maury wants to be the
It's just
mayor.
like talking to Motherboard from Cyber Chase.
Just to humor
Good
Twig,
cut.
Arrow and Scarrett got a red phone. It sits there, which is the phone that rings when you call
The
that guy.
emergency phone.
That guy.
But it only ever rings when Maury calls. In fact, it's actually not a real phone. It just makes ringing noises when we get video calls. It's like,
It's just a
what is
computer
this?
Terrible.
accessory. So the red phone rings,
Uh-huh.
and
Please don't
you
copyright
pop
strike
up
us.
Maury on the you pop Maury up on the screen, and she says, "Hey, if it isn't my favorite Kestodians,
Do
It
you
feels
have
like
any other
it's been-
custodians?
forever." Well, one could say that I am also a custodian.
What?
One could, but should one?
I was there when the name was picked. I'm just saying.
I guess that's fair.
Oh,
You saying because I work behind a desk, I can't be a custodian?
hold on one second.
Little
Arrow doesn't
hero
turn the
elitist
camera
of
off,
you.
but like mutes the microphone. So like we're all very clearly you can see that we're all sitting here discussing it, but you can't hear. Should we go ahead and give Maury like an honorary title, like honorary custodian?
I mean,
What?
I'm pretty sure we already told her she's like our manager.
She's I mean, like that we've been going back and forth on that. I mean, like what wait, what is this what are we doing? Why are we
You know what? Let's just find out what Maury's got for
Yeah,
us.
you're right. Hold on. Yeah, so
She's like mission control.
mission
unmutes.
control?
Says, "Hey Maury."
Are
So
you
sword
having
on. I'm
secret
sword on.
conversations in front of my face?
no, it's
You
not
know
a secret.
I have lip reading software.
Well, yeah, I knew that.
Did we?
This is why I wear a mask.
Well, I
Maury.
did.
Okay.
What do you got for us?
Well, since I'm so clearly mission control, I guess I'll do my job. First of all, restock the secret shop for y'all. I see that you've already taken a look. Keep in mind, if you've got a request for some specific type of thing, you can always submit that my way and I'll see what I can do.
More fancy bullets, please.
More ammunition. Got it. Okay. Let's see. So, main job. That's why I was calling. It was actually my daughter who pulled this one for y'all. Well, sort of my daughter, kind of mixed with a little bit of well, I guess I should say, did y'all know that Mahogany Jones likes you guys?
No, actually, I thought she was really up in arms about our presence everywhere. Last time I saw her, I think she considered me annoying, in fact.
Yeah, and
Wait,
a quote
you've met
risk.
Mahogany Jones?
Yeah, she's around.
I didn't think
Is that
Not
anybody
weird?
in
did like
not
us.
in Wing 4. I
You
guess if
haven't
you're
seen her in
hanging
Wing 4?
I guess if you're hanging out in government buildings and the
Oh,
Axis.
no, she loves slumming it.
Yeah, about to
That
say,
doesn't,
hey,
that
Ever,
doesn't,
yeah, when's the last
that
time you saw Mahogany?
doesn't meet any of my information. Not even a little bit.
Let's see. It was.
Doesn't Mahogany like come down to like visit you?
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Okay.
getting there, Arrow. I'm doing some mental calendar math. All right.
Oh, sorry,
I saw her like 3 evenings ago.
I feel like I'm missing a detail here.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, what's this gig?
I haven't talked to you guys since like the beginning of the season, so it feels like
Okay.
I've missed
All
a
right.
lot.
Maury, here's the thing
I mean-
that you need to know because you are mission control. Mahogany
Which
likes
makes me
us.
a custodian?
Sure, yeah, like a honorary
Whoa,
custodian.
hold on.
Like a custodian adjacent.
I am officially adding myself to the name t-shirts. Alright. Anyways.
We knew this was going to happen
Yeah.
anyway.
What else have you missed in like the last month? Oh, check it out. And like Arrow reaches over and like grabs Scarrick's arm. Scarrick is ripped.
Scarrick's ripped.
Garrick,
I mean, compared to you,
Yeah.
are you ripped?
not really.
Your
But
strength
compared
didn't
to
go up,
me-
did it?
No, it didn't at all.
Your strength didn't go up at all.
No, I'm a little
Those
more
dexterity
dexterous.
muscles.
I'm a little more dexterous.
Dexterous. Arrow doesn't
I look
know.
like I've slimmed down maybe a little bit. I don't know.
He's ripped.
I mean, you look
significantly
good.
smaller lizard.
You-
Yeah,
you-
Can't
slightly
tell
smaller
because of my
lizard.
baggy clothes.
Usually,
Oh my gosh.
I'm kind of curious, maybe a little rude of me to ask, but from what I understand of Bravash culture, bulking up is typically the trend. So why the slim down? You eating all right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not an eating thing. It's just kind of reallocating the muscles.
All right, all right.
Steve,
Well,
I'm
as long
so
as you're
sorry
taking
to
care
make
of
you
yourself.
stumble and improvise through this because it didn't occur to me that your strength didn't change at all. Just your dex
I
did.
think it's hilarious.
I
I
think
feel like
that-
it's the
I
kind of thing
think-
that Arrow would say after watching Scarrick train.
So here's the
I
thing.
think-
Arrow. Go ahead. Get
I
it.
think that Scarrick is ripped. I think that Scarrick is fucking shredded.
See,
I
Arrow
mean,
doesn't know the difference.
It's really hard to tell because I'm covered in scales.
Scarrick's covered in scales and always wears baggy clothing, but Arrow's seen all this new like workout equipment and like just thinks that any type of working out must be strength training. So it's just
It
why.
turns
Makes
out
sense,
all of
makes
the
sense.
new weights is just to test like how much Mars can lift as he's been tuned.
Yeah,
It's not actually
the weight kit
it-
is actually just to do like bearing weight tests. Be like, now to like test the stabilization, I'm gonna put 10 pounds extra on this side and not on this side. And Arrow's thinking like, oh my gosh, I never see Scarrick use these. He must be trying to be polite and like not work out when I'm here at the apartment. Scarrick must be so ripped. Maury,
Scarrick's
I need
so
an item that's
shredded.
gonna make me strong.
Scared, so ripped. Anyways, Maury
Maury, I
says.
gotta keep up.
So, anyways, my daughter Jiyun, she was, she's been propositioned for that new job, right? She hasn't told you guys?
What kind of job?
Oh. Well, she might be working at the university up there soon
Oh,
as an art teacher.
neat.
That's pretty cool.
I'll put her degree to use finally.
Yeah, you're always
I'm just-
complaining about that.
I'm just saying, like, she's incredibly smart. She could have gotten any degree that could have instantly gotten her wherever she wanted. It's just a hard road. Not all of us get to be midnight radio hosts.
Is that supposed to mean something?
No, dear, it was definitely not a jab at you.
Oh,
Anyways,
I just thought for a second because you're right. Sorry, I must be reading into it too much.
Name of this episode: Maury gaslights Arrow.
Anyways, so she was over in the Axis, and it turns out that one of the cabinet members, now, the actual cabinet members for the government's parliamentary council, is looking for a crew to help them out.
Oh,
Your name floated past their ears. And
Like-
so they floated a message down to me to give to you.
oh,
All right,
okay.
let's
Which
hear it.
is-
So I don't have a lot of details, but this is what I got. So the request is coming from Ruian Malestra. That's the current cabinet lead for arcane interests and the current leader of the Department of Arcane Management, or DAM rather.
Okay.
So Ruian is having some trouble, or rather, has explicitly mentioned trouble with current events around abominant disruptions. Now, your names came up, I guess, because of recent things you've been doing this last month.
Oh yeah,
You could say that.
makes sense.
Right. But the reason I bring it up is because, well, it is a little odd. Ruian might have been born and raised in the Fourth Wing, but obviously they haven't lived here in a long time now, and this would be working for someone actually in the government, even if you're not actually working for the government. It'll pay really well, for sure, but it's not exactly the usual MO. But
Yeah.
the way Ji-Hyun mentioned it was that because it seems to be involved in these abomination thingies, she seems to think that you guys have been doing a bunch of stuff with that recently, and I'm not really sure why.
Well, that's because we have been.
Sorry, have we been keeping Mori out of the entire loop? Like,
Well, no,
Well,
hold on a
we
second.
we just had some jobs that didn't come through her, is the thing. So, like, the job we did for my boss, we went down underground, abomination stuff related. And then when we came back up and we did the job that took us into that facility, that
What's
was
up, Hero?
because of the underground thing. And so,
Just clear my throat.
yeah, so these last two jobs haven't come through Maury, but they have been very tied into the whole abomination thing.
Yeah, Maury, haven't you read the blog?
You talking about this new internet site that you've built up?
I didn't
It's not
build
very
it.
friendly.
Just
that you
post
what?
You just gotta, well,
Hold on.
So listen to this. So Ji-Hyun gave me the whole scoop. But essentially, Arrow here isn't allowed to broadcast Kestodian-related stuff on air anymore because the people up top on his radio station told him he can't. Which, by the way, probably came down from somebody over in the Axis telling them that they couldn't do it anymore. Just going to throw that out there. But
That's
Arrow-
good. Writes that down.
Wait.
Arrow took all of that and apparently he made some kind of fancy website where like people
She
can watch
turns and
all of
looks
his
at Arrow.
videos and post all
Okay,
their
Maury's
theories,
leaving
and he
out a
posts like
lot of very
transcripts and
important
stuff.
information regarding this whole
Now,
effort.
it's not very popular on Kestia as far as I could tell, but it's really popular outside of Kestia as like this fiction AR thing.
Okay.
Maury,
That's actually better than when you were broadcasting, you know?
thank you. So, turns out for insurance and risk management reasons, we've been asked to not do the Kestodian show. Apparently, uh, the owners of the property of the radio station said they're going to refuse to insure it because of increased risk of incident, whatever that means. But
I think it's pretty clear what it means.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. So
I
anyway,
mean,
you got
you
this
know,
new
we
blog
could.
site,
that was my best
and that's
Want to
guess.
how
practice there?
and that's how Ji-Hyun's been keeping up, but Maury hasn't been keeping up with the blog site.
I personally, there's too many threads. There's too many people not on Kestia like weighing in,
You just
and
gotta
the whole
pick-
thing is just like some annoying fan site now.
All right, well,
How are you
Maury,
supposed to get
fan
real
site?
information
It's
from that?
It's our
Maury,
annoying fan site, and
the long and
besides,
the long and short of it is that underground we met this big old Night Vale creature whose job is to eat abominations if they come onto the station.
Wait.
However, there was
Oh.
an abomination elsewhere on the station, and we went to check it out and get rid of it. And then it seemed like once we were in there, like maybe it hadn't come through naturally, and someone had tried to bring it through. So there's probably some other abomination-y things going on the station, and I imagine that's what Ruyan's talking about.
Makes sense, but also I need you to rewind for a second. You're telling me that the Shadow Hydra monster wasn't just made up?
Yeah, that's what we're telling you.
yeah, it's
See, I just assumed that half the shit that you put on that website was fake.
well,
Oh, it is probably.
I mean, I just kind of changed some details here and there,
Beavers are real, though.
but
Yes,
oh my God.
Spivas are real.
Spears are not real.
We saw one, Maury.
We saw
Arrow,
one.
Arrow did. But
Well, it's my fictional radio show that's just only loosely based on real events. So if I say Speavers are real, Speavers are real. Just saying.
Now it's just a straight up fictional show. Who would listen to fake recorded, like poorly produced internet streaming?
no,
Are you re-uploading our missions, Arrow?
Well,
Again?
Well, yeah, but now I list them not as live streams, but instead a first-person perspective,
But
He said he
somebody,
changes.
indie
changes
style
details.
run-and-gun guerrilla filmmaking.
Oh, God.
Okay, all right. Let's get back to the point at hand here. What exactly is it that Ruyan wants us to do?
That's just it. They're being real close-lipped about it, and they wouldn't tell me.
So,
All they would say is they're willing to pay a premium. We're talking like 10,000 credits premium.
What?
So where would we be going to get more details on this? Because we got to have more details, right?
Well, you'd go to talk to Ruin.
I mean,
Who? Who's that?
Ruin.
the
Oh.
cabinet person, the Department of Arcane Management. I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but I would be. I
Did
would
you
be
say
interested.
10,000 credits, as in like to be paid?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I decided to bring it to your attention, even though it wasn't your usual clientele, because like that's a lot of cred.
I
That's
don't...
2,500 a piece.
Can we trust that? That's like just a lot of money.
Yeah, we can trust that. I'm pretty sure. Or I can just ask Mahogany and see if it's legit. But I'm pretty sure it would be legit.
How
But-
about
Oh, I'm pretty sure Mahogany's the one who filtered your name over.
Makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why I mentioned her liking you guys.
Yeah,
Right.
makes sense.
I guess... What would we do with 10,000 credits? Like,
Buy more gear from Maury's shop.
buy a ship?
Right. spend it where you gotta spend it, right?
We're not leaving the station anytime soon, are we, Arrow? So what's the point of having a ship?
Oh, I don't know. If we got a good network connector, we could probably break the lease on this place, get a ship loaded up, and I don't know. That would make it really hard to get nice coffee in the morning. I don't know. Maybe that's not such a good idea.
My job is still here on Kestia, so until I get that taken care of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Besides, it's illegal to have a house ship.
What?
That's
Is it
a
No,
though?
technical. It's a technical definition, and it doesn't really apply to like anybody. It's just something on the books. If
Basically, if
the
you're trying
patrols
to
want to
live,
mess with folks,
yeah, I mean, if you try to live in your ship while docked permanently, you're basically taking up real estate that's supposed to be going to ships moving in and out, and so they have that law in the books in order to stop people from doing that.
Okay, Ollie.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well, when can we meet up with this Ruyan? Can you get a message back?
Yeah, actually, you can meet with them today if you want.
And then our
Might
rate
as
is
well.
actually 5,000 apiece.
Okay,
Pardon?
we can't push our luck, Arrow. You remember the whole thing that we had the conversation about with after the Shadow Hydra about the money situation?
Vaguely.
Well, the point is there is a situation, and if we don't want Kestia to be under new management, we shouldn't push our luck money-wise.
Oh, yeah.
But also, I already negotiated for higher pay for y'all.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
See,
okay.
we're good.
Should have led with that. But, yeah, okay. Well,
That's why I'm mission control.
yeah, that's why you're mission control.
That is right. Yes.
I'm starting to get a little too used to this cushy lifestyle of eating more than ramen cup styrofoam for dinner. Because, it's the radio station. Things are a little tight when I was
You can always
squatting.
offload all your credits onto me, and then you can live that dream again.
It's true.
I'll get back to you on that. Maybe never.
The dream of eating ramen cups.
Look, he's the one who said it.
I mean, styrofoam can't be good for you, Arrow.
Oh, it's not made of styrofoam. They stopped using that stuff hundreds of years ago. It's really bad for the environments. No, it's a biodegradable cracker that you soak. So I used to eat
That's
the ramen
somehow
cup.
worse.
Eat the ramen, and then you save the cups for when you're desperately hungry.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
They do provide minimal nutrients.
There's a reason it says minimal.
The SDA does qualify them as technically edible.
Right.
If you eat at least 3 a day, it's like eating hardtack.
Well.
Yeah, it's really all going over my head at this point. Food things.
Yeah, you're.
Do you got like rocks that are not healthy? That don't really
I mean,
satiate you, but they'll like fill your tummy for the day?
Yeah.
It's like that.
What?
It's like rocks with...
Maury, you're using up
rocks.
all of my mobile minutes. This is all going off of my phone right now.
Well, wait, why are you using a home wired connection?
You should be connected to the public network, Arrow.
I forgot the password. Garrett's been busy.
This is a private matter. I don't know if we want this on the public network.
All right. Well, I think we got the details worked out. Just send us the when and where.
Yep, sending it your way now.
All right. Well, thanks. I'm gonna hang up now. It's because I didn't have any data before this call started, and now I definitely don't.
Well, you're about to be 2,500 credits richer.
Yeah.
That'll cover the bill. All right, bye.
And when Arrow turns off that call, we're going to go ahead and go to break. We'll see you guys in however long breaks are.
15 to 20, however long it takes us all to use the facilities.
About 15 minutes. But before we go, I do have one other shout out that I missed out. Huge thank you to Fragilities, who gave us a follow while we were at the beginning of our stream. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And as is tradition, before we go to intermission, a word from our sponsor.
Funky Games.
Hey you, on the couch. Are you looking for sweet video game playthroughs and content? Well, you're in luck because it's coming soon to VHS cassette. Wow. When's the last time you watched something totally awesome? Hold on to your gaming chair. Contains bonus scenes and features. Explosions, prizes, gold, victories, not victories. Funky videos are all that in a bag of chips. Booyah! Sweet! Just connect to the World Wide Web and a world of totally awesome video game content is at your fingertips. Wow! Now available on Home Funky Video.
And we're back. Hello, and welcome
hello.
to Spaceships and Starworms, the stream. Welcome back from intermission. I am not your GM.
Were you
I am
trying to synchronize?
Aaron, the
You did a
player.
pretty good job.
It's all good.
It was very good.
And I am here to
You really-
turn it over to our GM, Ben.
You really embodied that energy.
Thank you. I learned from the best.
A media professional, Aaron Stoles.
Oh, thank you.
It's true.
Gosh. Oh, dang.
Yeah. So, was there anything that you guys needed to do prep-wise before you go to the Axis and to this meeting place?
I don't think so. We mostly need to know what it
Imagine
is.
why. Yeah.
Arrow puts on clean clothes.
I mean, that seems good.
Was
Aaron
he-
does
You,
not.
you are going
Aaron does
to
not.
a very nice part of town, aka
Nice.
the Axis.
and rich, so.
But okay, Dizzy. Okay.
Garrick's
Cat
not going
tax,
to put on
cat
nice
tax,
Cat
clothes,
tax, cat tax,
Cat tax, cat tax.
God.
There it
but
is.
he's gonna
Yes.
This is what our viewers come here for.
Mm-hmm.
the princess.
You want to meow for them? You want to meow for them?
He's not gonna.
No. 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 No.
You can't make
No.
me.
She's not having it.
Boop. Not having it.
What's up,
Not
Steve?
having it.
Not today.
Garrick's not wearing nice clothes, but Mars is going to run his new illusion protocol and give himself a nice fancy paint job and design. To look
Yes.
like he is a robot from that area.
That is nice. I mean, he's still probably bigger than any robot
yeah.
you'll find in this area, but
yeah.
he definitely looks much more upper scale. Feasibly could fit in.
Feasible.
All right. So you guys arrive on the Axis. Looks like the meeting location is a place that Ever knows pretty well. The Blue Note Jazz Club.
Okay.
Yep.
Eh,
But it's like, I guess, happy hour basically. Kind of late afternoon. So, but yeah. So the Blue Note Jazz Club is a rather swanky establishment among the various businesses that make up the very small business sector of the Axis. The Axis is mostly government buildings and like school buildings, and then the museums are here and all the public services are here and stuff. So like most of the places here in this business sector are meant to kind of like make it so that people who are doing their work here have places to go for lunch or to have work meetings or stuff like that. The school campuses obviously have their own stuff on campus, and same with things like the museums. As you recall, if you recall the teacher who got dunked on by that kid because of Arrow, they have their own food and such. But so most of the population of these is either people who are wealthy enough to explicitly come here because they're nice places, usually from the first or second wings, or they are government personnel of various levels blowing off steam. But it's a nice club. It's got like a deep blue atmosphere, and there's a bunch of like fish tanks built into the walls at like an angle, so it looks kind of like you're under an ocean or a lake. With the way the light filters in through them. There's a stage, live jazz music's being played. Yeah. Scarrick definitely gets some looks by the door person who looks like he's about to stop you guys before he sees Ever.
oh.
And just kind of nods and says, "Are they with you, Miss Ever?"
Yep. Got some guests today.
Oh, you get the preferred treatment.
Right.
I-
In the future, you should probably tell him to scrub up a bit. Gestures to Scarrick.
I will keep that in mind. This probably is only a 1 or 2 time thing, though.
Blue collar phobic, huh?
As you say. All right.
Look, Ever only has like so many clothes, and she's usually wearing her date vest when she comes here.
Date vest,
She's
yeah.
not wearing the date vest right now, but this guy's seen her enough. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. So you step inside. The Mater D, the host at the front, says, "Do you have a reservation? Would you like a seat? Or would you prefer to sit at the bar?"
We are here to meet Ruyan.
Party of 5 then. Very well. Your room is upstairs and to the left. It's room 4, and sets a key down on the countertop.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome to order anything you like on the house.
Oh, okay.
What?
We're getting free drinks.
I'm told the food and drinks very good here. I mean, the Easonite stuff is, but yeah.
You're told?
I'm gonna need a
eat
menu.
regular food.
Just seems like you hear a lot. I feel like you'd hear a lot more.
Are you
Like, I
into
don't know,
jazz?
anyone you're with, like,
I mean, I can
telling you
recommend-
how they are?
I can recommend specifics, I guess, but it won't be going off my own experience.
Well, yeah.
I just need a menu.
There will be menus in the room, Scarrick, and Ever will lead the way up to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Derek is
Hey.
studying that menu
Hey.
the entire time.
Oh god, we're getting yelled at in
What
the
did
hallway.
Dizzy do? Ben, what did Dizzy do?
Something bad, clearly,
Cute. Probably.
or bad.
We wait with bated breath.
I think it
Sorry. She had managed to climb up on one of my shelves full of like collectibles that she can't normally get to unless she jumps just the right angle.
oh my gosh.
She really wanted to get my attention.
Aw.
So she
Cat
wanted.
tax has been paid.
Cat tax.
Play with me.
She just wants to go outside for a bit.
Well.
All right.
Don't we all?
Move.
So, where was I at? So you guys head upstairs. You cut into room 4. Room 4 has looks like a pretty thick ass door, to be honest. And it's locked.
We knock. I knock.
There is a
Oh.
little intercom
Yeah, we have
thing
the
next to the
key.
door. It says,
Oh yeah, I
is-
forgot. Got the
"Is
key.
something the matter?"
The Kestodians here.
We can let ourselves in. Just wanted
Ah.
to make sure you weren't surprised.
Yes, come on in.
All right.
So I unlocked the door.
Yep. You unlock the door, you head inside. And the room itself is it's spacious enough that you all can kind of fit in here comfortably, but cozy enough that it still feels like you're relaxing by a small digital fire with a fish tank above your heads, because you are in like leather chairs you can kind of sink into, and the music from downstairs is filtering up really well, but you can tell that this room is soundproofed such that the stuff that's said in here does not come out very easily.
Interesting. Okay.
Whew. You know, I didn't know any better. I'd say this was one of those soundproofed rooms.
Twig rolls her eyes, and she's gonna look around and see who brought us in here.
Yes. So, Ruyan is a Meshar. They are they have a bluish green complexion with teal tentacles that they wear particularly long that are kind of coiled around each other in a facsimile of a braid, but are yeah, that's probably the closest thing that you would consider
So it's
it.
like my hair.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Like Twig
kind
hair,
of.
yeah.
Except for that their
Character art.
their tentacle hairs are about 3 or 4 times the thickness of yours.
Sure.
Right? So there's less of them and they're like bigger.
Gotcha.
It's the hairstyles for Meshar. Ben, I typically reference hairstyles. So for the real life counterpart, it's people who wear locks, but then if they like put them in a braid or anything like that, that's generally what Meshar hairstyles look like.
That's true, yeah.
Yep.
They do, because they basically are working with big dreadlocks basically all the time, because the way
Just
they're
locks.
yeah. Or locks, yeah, sorry. But yeah, so they're dressed in a dark suit, nothing too flashy. Neither is it particularly unassuming, definitely nice, expensive. And they are tapping nervously with a pen between 2 fingers on the arm of their chair as they watch you come in.
Nerves, huh?
Well, I don't often meet vigilantes.
Well, we don't have to talk like that. We're the Kestodians. My name's Twig, and she gestures at the others.
Arrow, at your service.
This is Garrick and Ever. Yeah.
I'm Eva, yeah.
Eva and Skerrick, right.
Oh, yeah.
My name is Ruyan. You may call me Ruyan.
Ruyan it is. So I admit that you don't deal with vigilantes very frequently. We don't really deal with higher up government types very frequently, so we're both kind of like at our end of experience here. So how about we just kind of talk openly?
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like what's up? What's the problem? What do you need done? And it sounds like it's pretty urgent.
And what would you like to eat? Because I'm about to put in a big order.
Oh yeah.
I've already eaten. I'm fine.
Okay. I just need a moment. Carry on. Skerrick walks over to the corner of the room.
It's like electronic ordering in this place, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a self-serve bar in here, but then the food ordering is like electronic room service.
Yep. Okay. Where to start? I believe there is an influence of an extraplanar creature of some kind affecting my coworkers.
In the government?
Yes.
Okay, what makes you say that?
Well, as the chairman of DAM here in Kestia, I get a lot of reports coming across my desk, and it's difficult to nail it down to any one thing. However, we received some reports of odd energy fluctuations in the Capitol building over the course of the last week. Now, these fluctuations, my experts assure me, are related to the type of energy discharge and absorption often caused by abominations.
Okay.
Now, if it were, say, a lesser creature, one of the various monstrous, particularly monstrous ones, yes. Uh, most of those, they don't really do more than, well, kill people and devour them and such.
But in
But
this case, you think
there
it,
are, yes, there are recorded instances of abominations affecting the minds of people.
all right? Well, I mean,
So I've been keeping an eye out for erratic behavior, anything that I could associate, right? And been running a few checks through our. So in order to enter the Capitol building, of course, you usually walk through a nail detector and a magic detector. Yes,
sure.
just security reasons. And I've been keeping an eye on those readings as people come in. Some people are allowed to be armed, and some people are expected to have magic. Well, recently, two of two other cabinet members have started registering as excessively magical. Um,
Which cabinet members? Can we get the names, please?
have you've officially taken the job? Yes, this is how this works. You've shown up.
Well,
Is
I
there
mean,
a
I
contractual
would like
agreement that we
I would
signed?
like to at least talk about that because
Okay, I understand not disclosing identities. I guess maybe we just cut really quick to the chase here. Are you wanting us to investigate and track down this thing? Investigate, track down, and destroy? Investigate, track down, and detain? What? To what extent are we involved?
My understanding from Mahogany is that you have experience in killing these creatures.
we would prefer to understand them before we
In
jump
as
to.
in as much as someone can have experience on a space station that doesn't experience that many abominations.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the big thing is we don't know a ton, and it's all like research that like the university and other people have done.
Well, I mean, what we witnessed firsthand with the last abominant encounter has given us some insights, but also that one was different than the one at Hazel's, and there's a lot of differences in them. Like what you're saying now about manipulating minds instead of just killing, that is in and of itself different than what we've been seeing.
And we have no guarantee that it is this specifically an abomination, only that the energy readings in certain areas of the Capitol building have been similar to other researchable data when we look through the databases and paperwork. We don't have an expert on this. Of course, we have our planar liaison from the Glittering Republic, and they're the ones who made the call, essentially saying this is likely an abomination or abominant-related activity.
Skerrick, maybe we should get Envia involved.
Well, before we go to that length,
Yeah.
I just want to hear like you're thinking it's affecting your coworkers, and you've talked to other people about this. Do you know who you can trust? What are you worried about in the front of like
I do not know.
control?
I don't know who we can trust.
Okay.
I know a few people who I trust. Whether or not that is a smart decision, cannot say for sure. Mahogany is on that short list.
Well, I mean,
Thus, the four of you are on that short list.
So we're gonna
Because Mahogany
investigate
trusts you.
the government, and anyone can be a mole.
I guess you could see
are
it that
we
way.
are we in for
Sure.
this, gang? Because
Yeah.
sounds pretty important. But
Well, I don't know,
it also
Twig.
sounds pretty risky.
Well, to be
If
honest,
if
as crazy
somebody
as
who's in
this
charge
sounds,
of the station decides that we're terrorists,
come on,
there's
Twig.
not a lot of getting away
Come
out of
on,
that.
Twig. Think about it. If not us, who else is really qualified to look into this?
Also, I think
Just
that's
wanna be aware.
that's a fairly big leap in logic to think that the government here is gonna hire us and then accuse us of being terrorists.
Mind control's powerful stuff, and if that's what you're really
Sure, but if those
worried about,
people,
she says, looking at Ruin.
if those people are already suspected, they've already been caught on Ruyan's radar, then I think it's fairly safe to say that their word will be taken with a grain of salt.
Highly magical.
If it will ease your worry, I can tell you that this option, which I put on the table, was already signed off on by the governor.
It's about as good
Governor-
as you can get.
All right.
Governor Dahl did sign off on it. He is the other one who is aware of what's happening here.
Well, I mean, wait, does this mean the governor, like, Arrow, like, chuckles a bit? Does this mean the governor, like, knows who we are? And
No, not really.
Oh.
It's more just that they are aware that I am going to expend some resources and bring in some outside help to help with my internal investigation, which is currently on the down low. Not very many people within the Capitol building are aware that I am investigating at this time. Only very few of us.
Okay, well,
Specifically, as I said, Mahogany, the governor, myself. Financial cabinet director, myself, of course, and the governor. Really all we needed to sign off on this.
something
Well,
highly
normally.
magical.
Normally, I would say. Normally, I would say that we would probably put the security cabinet head in the loop as well. However, they are...
Compromised.
I'll get to that. The point of the matter is, for the duration of your investigation, you will get temporary badges to the Capitol building and essentially be ostensibly here under dam authority.
Okay.
With, again, the expectation of tracking this thing down, tracking down and detaining, tracking down and destroying.
Tracking down and running off and or destroying as necessary.
So if we were to get stopped, we just show them the thing and we say, "Here's my damn authority."
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Now
That
that
makes me so happy.
that won't get you in everywhere, of course, but it should
So
be
these
enough
aren't the damn
to-
credentials we need for everything.
No. Well, as far as dam is concerned, like they'll get you just about anywhere that most people would give a damn for. But there are some areas which are off limits even to the majority of non-cabinet employees.
Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Damn security protocols.
Well,
Precisely.
what do you think? I got sign off.
I mean, I'm already in. We don't have anything else going on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and that food will be here in like 10, 15 minutes.
So
Let's
is this just a verbal contract then? Do you have contracts you bring in to sign?
We don't have formal
Well,
contracts.
I mean, we can have
Lori handles that.
We'll have you
Manager-
contact our manager.
Okay.
we can have our manager send over some paperwork, and I'll send a message to Maury
Okay.
then.
That worked out. Okay. Well, that means everything else that I say here would be,
Will be. I really hope that they don't say confidential, because Arrow will be like,
I hope they don't make another damn pun.
goodness.
There are plenty more to be had.
Very true.
I stayed away from it. I just it's low hanging fruit.
So bring on
Low
the
hanging
food.
fruit.
Here's my damn ID.
I was making the acronym, and I was like, Department of Arcane, Department of Arcanum, Department of Arcane management? Damn.
Damn.
Anyways, acronyms. They're fun. Sorry, I had to answer a.
Don't worry about it. Let's
Yep.
just keep going.
Okay. So, right. The job as it stands. What you need from me. So, first of all, you will each be getting a cover name. Your new employees.
Oh, okay.
Cover names.
Yes. None of you are particularly well known visually, yes?
There's like less than 15 Ezonites on this entire station, so that's gonna be a hard negative.
It's possible some people might know who we are, but not anyone.
Arrow,
Yeah.
you're probably fine. Scarrick, you got the disguise thing from Mars now. Twig's probably fine, but again, I am gonna say there's only like 15 Ezonites on this station.
Well, only one of them works on the Axis right now.
Oh, good. Okay.
So, and they don't work in the Capitol building. Besides, it'll honestly look really good for our numbers.
Arrow squints at that.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that I'm a diversity hire?
No, of course not. You are explicitly being hired for this job. But it will look very good on the reports to show.
Yeah, you see, it doesn't
Diversity.
sound any
We
better
get it,
when
we
you
get it.
say it the second time.
We get it.
Yeah, we get it.
We
I mean,
understand.
Just
look,
give us
I-
the badges. Let's
Damn politics.
damn
I
politics.
don't know what to tell you.
No, it's fine.
Damn
Let's
politics.
keep going with the details of the job. We'll
Yep.
move past
Yeah.
this part. We're gonna get fake IDs
Right.
to give us
So
access.
we'll provide you fake credentials. You will essentially be employees of damn employees, if you will, and you. This is gonna be like the next 4 episodes, guys.
Can't wait to see
This is never ending.
the orientation video. Welcome to the damn family.
Fuck.
You might have a lot of damn questions.
I'm just gonna tape. I'm gonna print off a screenshot of me in front of my webcam, and I'm gonna prop it up in front of my webcam and not attend, so that I don't have to hear any of these jokes.
Man, Metal Steve would be proud of me. Okay.
Metal Steve would have reverse engineered his acronym, and it would be like 6 letters longer.
Fair. But it would still sound like damn when you say it.
True.
It's true. Sorry, when you reverse engineer an acronym, by the way, it's a backronym.
That's incredible.
That's
I kind of
pretty
hate that.
good. I kinda
That
love
is a real term
a backronym.
I believe you, Audrey.
for
I
when you
believe
have
it.
the abbreviation first and then you fill the words in.
I believe it. So, anyway, about the job.
Right. So, that will get you in. You'll have some resources. I'll introduce you to my assistant. They'll help facilitate all of your needs. Of course, I will be available, and technically, in character, I'll be your boss. So you can, of course, come and talk to me in my office and such if need be, or contact me, etc. But be judicious about it. Normally, I don't spend a lot of time talking to new hires for obvious reasons. I have a lot going on. But I don't know where this accent is going. It's just slowly
It's
devolving.
It's okay.
But that said, I will be able to be in touch. Let's see. While you're in, I mean, I need outside eyes that are not so used to the mundane day-to-day that can look at things from a new perspective and find what we're missing. We're a very small department. Magic is not a very large facet of life here in Kestia in particular. And So by comparison to technologies that are without magic, anyways. And so, yes.
Okay, sounds pretty
In
straightforward.
particular, there may be more people, but there are 2 cabinet members, which are the ones I'm most worried about potentially being compromised. Any proof that you can find, either ideally obtained legally, but illicit proof can at least help us direct towards the abomination should crop up. Yes. So
Okay.
if you find anything at all, we are authorized to do espionage in that form. The 2 cabinet members in question are LB Atlana. That's our travel cabinet member, our travel cabinet lead. They handle. Actually, Twig and Scarrick probably know that name pretty well, since ultimately that's the person who makes the rules for the dockside for the 5th wing that you guys work at. So
Like the top boss or the the legal legislature representative lead.
she's more like the cabinet secretary of travel for the governor. So like
Okay.
she advises the governor on anything related to travel, in or
Sure.
out of the etc., and also like carries down rulings and then collaborates with like the parliamentary group here on lawmaking. Does a lot of things,
Gotcha.
but pretty big deal because whenever they show up on dockside, it's usually to lay down the law.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's a Pranthi. You guys will know that. And the other one is Krez Alep, who is unfortunately for us our current cabinet head of security for the station.
Okay.
I muted myself. So you're saying you're worried about the head of security as well as somebody to look out for?
Well, he doesn't command security or any of the peacekeeper forces,
Well, yeah, but still being like
but he
being
is the one who
security.
makes the top level decisions, especially around the budgets that go into this, different
Oh,
sectors and
gotcha.
such.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense.
So
Okay.
like he manages the way security is done and dealt with here on Kestia for the
Okay.
governor.
So, all right. Well, I mean, that's all really good info. I guess the big question I have is where do we start? Any tips on where to get started?
Well, I'd be curious to know why the 2 of them are now showing a large amount of magic on the magic sensors. None of it is, say, in the form of magic items or magical weaponry or anything of that nature. It's more as though they have an aura about them that's setting off the sensor in a way that they were not previously. This can happen due to errant enchantments. It can happen if you have received magical training and picked up skills. It can happen for a lot of reasons, but the fact that they both happened and now is a little suspicious because it's not in their original. What's the word? Physical.
Is it
For when,
possible that they maybe gained magic?
it's certainly possible. I'm not saying that this definitely means they are influenced by this abominant factor. What I am saying is that it is unusual and it is worth investigating. So
Worth looking
finding
into.
out why they might suddenly have this aura is definitely something that I think should be on the list. of things.
Okay.
The places to start, leads to follow.
Okay.
The second has to do with the reason why we are almost positive that whatever this abomination is, it is directly affecting the minds of Capitol building personnel, and that is a known victim.
Okay.
So this is a government worker from from a little bit down the line. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to find the name
It's all good.
in my notes.
Well, so as oh my god, I forgot the client's name. What's the client's name again?
Ruyan.
Run. Yeah.
Rian. Yes, that's right. So as she's digging through that, Arrow kind of leans over and says, "What do you think? I guess we got these fancy badges. We can start by just checking out the building and
I
Giving a
mean,
good
case in the joint, I guess. I don't really know
Yeah,
how
case
we're
in the
gonna
joint.
find. I don't really know how we're gonna find more than what they've found, short of bringing Anvia in, which I think we should do immediately. And I mean, if the energy signatures are like the only thing that they got to go off of right now, we don't have better equipment than that. So
Well,
we
they
gotta
might
start
not
with that.
have these.
The glasses are good.
oh yeah,
And those will definitely help. I still maintain that we should bring Anvia in basically immediately, because if anyone's going to be able to sniff out the source of this thing, it's going to be her.
That's
Well,
definitely
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so they were a staff worker that helped manage the power systems for the Capitol building and the lower level security. We actually found them disrupting the systems, and we have a number of blank data points between certain times. I'll give you the list of those times, of course, but we don't have any video footage, any audio, no sensory input. Literally anything could have happened in the building during these times, and we do not know.
interesting.
The reason why we found out. So his name is Sebastian Ikeda. He's a human. Grew up here actually in Wing 4 before he got his job here as a technician, and he started talking to himself. He started having these episodes that were not at all in his profile that we had. That, we of course do yearly health and mental health screenings for all of our workers here.
When did this start occurring?
Let's see. It was almost 15 days ago. Is when I think the very first instance of this. This illness was noticed.
I admit I'm not like a medical doctor, and I don't know a whole lot about that side of things. Is it something that maybe we could text you about or talk to when we get a better grounding on the situation?
It certainly is. To finish telling you about Sebastian, so we took him off for some leave because we were worried perhaps it was just stress. But he seemed to continue to get worse. His sister called us, essentially saying that something was wrong with him. He was submitted to the local hospital for treatment, and they found that he had a magical malady in his mind. Something that was being inflicted from an outside source, and when it was, well, he's still under treatment. It's in pretty hard there, but I do think that he'll be able to recover.
Well, gosh, yeah, you could have
Hey.
led with that. Arrow kind of says, like, stuffs an appetizer in his mouth. Well, people are getting magical ailments by something, and honestly, takes a bite. Abomination kind of fits that bill. So,
Well, specifically the magic we have, if you look at its signatures, you'll see that it matches up.
okay, well, what do you think, gang?
I think we're in.
I think it's time to investigate.
All right, but first, I gotta ask, would it be okay with you if we got a couple of these to go? And, like, points to, like, empty appetizer plates. As,
Well,
I don't know how much food Scarrick
So-
ordered, but I assume it was
so-
just a ton.
On the tray, or the hover tray that they brought in, the like
Oh
dome
no!
food cover. Yeah, Scarrick flipped that over and is just filling it up with the food.
Oh my god.
So he's just got a big
y'all.
bowl
Oh my
full of.
Wow, imagine being the poor server that, like, puts it on the fine silver tray, brings it out, and presents it to you, like the white glove treatment, and you're like, thanks! Proceeds to dump food into the lid.
Fuck.
I would wait till they're gone.
Ryun
They know.
stares at this with horror, with abject horror, and says, I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, you're welcome to purchase whatever food you want. I'm not going to stop you."
That's all I was looking for. Arrow puts in a couple orders to go.
Here's my contact information. We'll have your badges tomorrow. Come in bright and early for your job introduction. In new employee induction and everything.
And if
Will
you
do.
can get us the data on all the readings you've taken so far, that'd be great too.
Yes. Actually, I have that data here with me right now.
Oh, good.
So hands that over on like a data chip. Well, set it on the table.
All right, well,
If there's nothing else, I will be on my way.
Good to go.
seems
And
good.
Right.
thank you. Thank you for your help. I know this is unusual for both of us, but after I heard that you have slain and fought with these creatures previously, well, it makes you more experienced with them than pretty much anybody in my department.
We will do our best.
And they will stand up and head to the door and leave.
All right.
Well, does
well,
this make
do we-
us, like, the experts on all things, I don't know, eldritch horror now?
Apparently, I vote we sleep on it, pick up our credentials tomorrow, and give it a look. Well,
Agreed.
I mean, tonight we could at least go through those data blanks, Scarrick, and see if there's any sort of pattern to them, like the times that everything was blocked off. Maybe call up your good buddy Anvia, your good old spit friend, and see if
Spit
she
friend.
wants to be involved.
Not a
But
fan
otherwise,
of spit
sleep
friend,
on it.
but yeah.
You never are, and that's why I keep saying it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right.
Buddies for life.
All right.
It sounds like we grab some food to go and go our separate ways.
Contact Anvia and look for a pattern in those data blackouts, but otherwise, yes.
Okay. What kind of patterns are you looking for? I guess is my first question.
I mean, just like time intervals, length, the duration of each blackout, how far apart they're spaced, in terms of like the schedule of the government building in general. Are they largely occurring when people aren't there, kind of thing?
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay, Scarrick. I mean, you have them all. So, as you go through this data, for like times and stuff, there's definitely some patterns that you'll pick out. The the blackouts started happening when it was mostly a closed off building. Like there wasn't a ton of people. It was nighttime, usually for spouts of like 30 minutes to an hour at most. It was happening daily. But then after about the fourth or fifth day, they shifted suddenly and started happening more than once a day for shorter times, and oftentimes while there were people there, like during the daytime.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
In every case, the whole building, all of the cameras and everything was essentially disabled so that you weren't recording information.
Sure.
Um,
That's fine.
Yep. So this
That's
obviously
all I was looking
stopped.
for.
Yeah, this stopped whenever they took Sebastian off of duty, of course. And the first day, like I said, that it happened is recorded to be 15 days ago.
Yep. Got that much. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna see what Anvia can give me based on the data readouts. I know it's not, first-hand experience, but if there's anything you can give me.
So you've summoned your spit friend, your SFF.
What?
Spit friend forever.
ew. Unsubscribe.
I prefer
End
saliva
of stream.
familiar.
Goodbye. Good night, everybody.
Sometimes I feel like Ben's goal is to say the most cursed thing possible, so Aaron will just take us offline.
End the stream.
Sometimes I feel that way.
That's it. Bye, everyone. GG. Da 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 da. Music. Da 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 da. No, I won't do that.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go in front of the mirror. Anvia.
Yeah.
From your shadow, and via like slithers out onto her back and like scrunches on the floor like a cat a little bit, and kind of looks up at you with one eye closed, and the rest open,
What a bunch of anime shit.
and says,
One eye
know-
closed, 7 eyes open.
"That's not really necessary. I don't live in the mirror."
It's fun though. We got something to hunt. Come on.
Something to hunt, you say?
I'll take her over to the computer and start sifting through the data and tell her about what we heard and what we found in the data so far.
Well, mortal minds are very fragile, and they're pretty easy to prey on for creatures like this. So I'm not surprised if an abomination is making you meatbags insane. Sorry, I shouldn't say meatbags. You soul boxes.
Soul boxes is worse.
Sure. Yeah. Don't feel the need to filter yourself around me.
Oh my god.
No, it's fine. It's just that I don't want Ever and Twig to think they're left out when I'm insulting all of your short-lived species.
Oh my god.
I'm just over there thinking, looking up, I'm the shortest-lived species.
I mean, I'm just like, is Ever going to say something smartass right now? But I can't think of anything smartass. So the answer is no, even though canonically she would.
Fair enough.
Fair. So that's definitely possible. I don't suppose they have any residue from this magic that we could get a little taste of.
Probably,
Well,
but we'll have to do it
I'm gonna
tomorrow at the building.
I'm gonna do you a solid and forget the last minute.
Yep. Yep.
I
Keep
need
muting
to go to bed, guys.
Yeah.
Very clearly.
Well, Annie, I'm pretty sure we can get you close enough to get a little bit of that residual magic. Do you think I mean, rich people are always doing stupid shit for power. You think they could have made a deal with the abomination?
I mean, abso-fucking-lutely.
Like
I
it's
mean,
not
half-
against their will at
half
all, and
the-
they're just assholes?
Half the time that those things come through, it's because you idiots pull them through.
Half the time?
Well,
Sometimes they just cross through weakened areas of the planar wall, but those are much easier to track when that happens.
we always ask the question, can we, before we ask the question, should we?
You learned that from the
Huh.
movie we watched the other night. You
I
learned that from the
do.
movie.
I do remember that in the movie. It was a good quote. Yeah. You could really put it on like a banner. Mortals.
Gosh.
We always ask can we before we ask should we.
Yeah. So why don't we all regroup in the morning, see if you can get some energy to taste tomorrow when we're in the building,
Sure, sounds good.
Just, ask consent before you actually lick anybody.
What? How
Don't
many
actually
days
lick
ago
anybody.
How many days ago did you say that
15.
We were off station.
We were in the
That was-
basement.
the basement was about 16 days ago.
I mean, something could have got out, I guess. It's
I
all
didn't-
pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I forgot how many days are in a week.
5.
Okay.
In SNS, it's 5 days a week.
Okay.
So it's
And
not
in
creepy.
D&D, I went the opposite direction.
Yep.
A 10-day.
Huh. Okay. Well,
No Fortnite here.
I will end this stream. Just push the end stream button. I won't even
Look,
do an
I
out.
am dying, Aaron. I'm dying.
I know. Very.
If you
clear.
need to end it early, Ben, then
I'm about
end
to
it
say
early.
we're at 9:30. I think we kind of know
we
what
are,
we're doing.
we are actually going to end a little early today because I don't really want to start the building today.
Sure.
And I want to give you guys a chance to kind of like digest and kind of make a plan forward so we don't meander quite so much.
And by
I mean, I don't.
not meander and make a plan, you mean stay up all night and watch Mission Impossible.
I
Yep.
don't think that we're going to meander because the plan is let Anvia taste some of that sweet, sweet energy and see where that takes us. There's not any other lead other than to literally just
first-
examine the people who they claim are affected.
We're gonna need some monkey suits.
Oh boy.
We're gonna need some fancy clothes if we're gonna fit in an office environment.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Scarrick's got a point. Oh, I haven't
Well,
worn a tie in forever.
there's some resale shops that we can get some work appropriate attire for you all.
Oh my gosh, who can we get Emmy to commission a sketch of the four of us in like matching suits like Reservoir Dogs?
That'd
No.
be really fun.
Sunglasses.
That'd be really
No.
good.
Yes.
I do want to see Twig in his
Oh
suit.
man,
Yes, please.
I don't think we have that in the budget, Aaron. As
Budget be
awesome as
damned.
it would be.
What do you mean it's not in the damn budget?
Oh man, I've made a terrible mistake.
You're a great, great
Really
gift.
good one.
So yeah,
Just a really terrible
Definitely.
mistake.
get clothes to fit in. We don't know what our jobs are yet, do we? We just know we're getting credentials.
Figure that out in the morning.
If we're working for the arcane management department, then you know what? I will do some shopping tonight for everybody. If you just calm me your sizes, I will get you some work appropriate attire. Since, well, Twig, you could come with me since these other two have to actually like sleep a full 8 hours. And we will get work appropriate attire, a few outfits each, enough to carry us through like a week of work. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
There's so many flesh bag shades in this pod or in this.
I did not
Oh, it's
say
hard
flesh
to have
bags,
kidneys.
and that was not derogatory in any way. That was literally just like
No,
they need
no.
8 hours of sleep and I don't.
I'm
so
sorry.
making
I heard
this
you
the
say
time.
words, but what I heard was "go to sleep, meatbag."
Yeah, go
When-
to sleep, meatbag.
When you
That
say
sounds like a
our
personal problem.
measurements, do you mean like my spacesuit size?
Well,
My
these are going
shoe
to be
size?
presumably a little more fitting than a spacesuit. So we'll say
I've never been
shoot-
fitted for a suit. I don't know how to do that.
it doesn't have to be a suit. It's okay. We're going to say shoe size, shirt size, pant size. If you don't know what the shirt and pant size is, then I need you to tell me how tall you are, measure your chest across, and measure your waist around. All right?
You already lost me.
I
But we'll
send-
figure it
Oh,
out.
I have a
Scarab,
3D.
I
I have a
will-
3D
I
scan
will-
of my body.
That will work, Arrow. That will work. Can you take one of Scarrick, please?
Why would I have one of Scarrick?
Can
Arrow,
you take one of Scarrick?
Why do you have a 3D scan of your body, Arrow?
What?
Why do you have a 3D scan of your
Because
body?
he obviously makes Midnight Air action figures.
I
Yeah,
was wondering whether or not they turn into 3D printed action.
It's for.
it just makes sense.
Listen, I got caught up on a 4D scheme. Get yourself 4D printed, but all it really was just 3D plus smell, and the figures smell weird. So
Oh my
I
god!
just
Do
held
you guys
on to the
remember
data and
Smell-O-Vision movies?
How much for the smelly Arrow figure, please?
it's actually just a bar of like really terrible smelling soap.
All right, Scarrick, I'm gonna. Do you prefer video tutorials or written tutorials?
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
All right.
So Ruin said we can visit them in their office, but we need to do it on the down low. So I'd say we keep that to like lunchtime. You know,
I
like
mean, I was gonna
someone's
say
bringing them coffee or delivering
Yeah.
food or something.
say bring in coffee on the first day. It should be easy because we are new, so we
Yeah.
could reasonably get away with going to the boss's office a couple times under the guise of training or instructions or whatever. But for the rest of the week, you're probably right, Scarrick. We should keep it to bringing coffee or dropping off files or something like that.
You can also just, text them.
Yeah, since we have the contact info.
We do.
But again, I think we just start out by going to Ruyun's office tomorrow for first day, get those credentials and stuff, let in Vaya, get a big old chomp of that energy,
Yeah.
and follow where that leads.
All right. Well, some of us meatbags need a full 8 hours of sleep. So,
You
You know-
never get a full 8 hours.
well, the
You
point
text
is,
me. You text me at 200
Arrow,
hours
it's
in the morning.
7:30.
well, yeah, and I've got to get through Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3,
Oh my gosh,
Rogue Nation,
that was the
Fallout,
worst.
Ghost
Why
Protocol.
did you make me watch all
Ghost
these?
Protocol, because they're art, Twig.
She shakes her head.
We
Finally
haven't even
disturbing.
shown you the Bourne movies yet, Twig.
I have read about them on the net. I do not want to see the Bourne movies. I do keep telling you this.
No, the Bourne movies. It's not the same thing at all.
Not the
Good
Paranthi
night.
one, the Easonite one.
Yeah, the Paranthi remake was terrible, to be honest. Like, they just tried to generalize too much.
Good night,
And
my
it's-
dear friends.
Yes,
Close the door.
Close his door. All right.
Deal with it.
Well,
Oh,
sounds
we'll
like
get
we
it.
get some rest.
Yep. And it sounds like Ever and Twig do some shopping.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we do.
All right. So the next morning, you show up back at the warehouse with clothes in tow, and everybody gets dressed like they're about to go into the office.
Yep.
So
Do.
I was gonna say,
I can't
Are
play
we
the
li-
Office
are we-
theme. I can't do it. Sorry.
are we talking like polos here, or we got like blazers?
I don't think that it necessarily matters, but I will prepare some paper doll versions of this for next week to show you all what
Yes.
everybody gets to be dressed
Yes.
like.
Beautiful.
I
Beautiful.
love it.
Okay. So you guys head in. So previously you've been to a few places in the Axis before. Like you've of course been to the the Blue Note. You've been of course to the museums, the university grounds and stuff. But this is the first time that I think we're going to the Capitol building. So the Capitol building of the Axis is rather tall. It's really the only skyscraper type building on the Axis. Most of the buildings on the Axis are only like 2, maybe 3 floors tall. This one is a full 15 stories. And it is really 4 buildings that are kind of bridge connected to each other every 3 floors. And then like have a shared roof. Which acts as like an emergency liftoff landing area and has some equipment on it as well. Notably, the axis itself, if you can kind of imagine the shape of the space station, so it's got the 5 wings. So the axis is the place where they all connect, and so it has it has its own artificial gravity because it's not being generated by the motion of the station like other places are. And it also faces there's buildings facing both directions out of the structure. But anyways, this one points inwards, so you can from like the windows in this office building, you can see all of the wings rotating around you all day. Which is neat and maybe a little disorienting.
Yeah, it would be for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disorienting.
The windows, of course, all have the digital whatever you want to see outside your window option as well. So like you don't have to. You could make it like I don't know a grassy, sunny field if you wanted to. You know, or an alleyway, I guess, if you're into it. I don't know. Basically, you don't have to watch the spinning wings of the space station if you don't want to.
Most beautiful view on the whole station, and they give you all the equipment to just block it all out.
Pretty much, yeah. But so you arrive at the Capitol building. You, thanks to Ever and Twig's outfits, actually fit in decently. And when you go up to the front desk and tell the secretary there that, well, what do you say to them?
Oh, are we doing this now?
Hello. How can I help you?
We are here as new employees of the Department of Arcane Management.
Oh yes, yes. The 4 employees here. Okay. Let me give you some temp badges. You'll get your real badges in an orientation. It'll be 3rd building, 2nd floor, room 207. And I pass over these badges for you.
Arrow leans on the desk, on the counter, and says, "What was your name again?"
Maggie.
Maggie. Thank you very much.
God,
And pushes his sunglasses back over his nose,
not
grabs
blow
the
our
badge, and
cover.
starts walking down that way.
Well, you're quite welcome.
Wow.
And
Step
she
1.
thinks
Get in with the people who know everybody.
Maggie settles her wings and says, "That's going in my daily affirmations."
Yeah.
Okay. And so you guys go to orientation, and I'm putting it here at the end of the session because I want to see whether or not you guys are actually going to stay for the full orientation because it's going to take all day.
Oh, okay.
No, absolutely not. We slip out during one of the breaks because orientations always have those and go to Ruyan's office.
Okay.
Absolutely what happens.
So on your way to Rune's office, somebody tugs your pant leg, Scarrick. And when you look down, you see the little arm coming out of your shadow, tugging your pant leg.
Yes.
And Vaya's head pops out of the shadow and looks either direction, makes sure the hallway's mostly empty, and then peers up and says, well, I can tell you one thing for sure. I can smell an abomination all over this place.
Great.
And I think I recognize the scent.
As in what kind of abomination it is?
No. More
What
like,
abomination specifically?
do you remember? I've smelled it before. Do you remember when we were in the underground building and we checked out that office on our way out?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I guess we get another shot at that guy after all, huh?
Yeah. And Arrow holds up a packet of papers that he's still carrying. And, well, look on the bright side, gang. According to this sheet, we get great health benefits.
And on that note, we're gonna end the session.
There it is.
There it is. Just
Check the
gotta
life
get
and disability section.
Yeah, I got a stupid one-liner to take it all home. Once again, everyone, thanks so much for listening. Really appreciate you tuning in and watching it. Once again, major shout out to Nutella Emmy, who does all of our artwork, unless listed otherwise, of course. Very talented. We're very grateful to have such a talented artist working with our team.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in case you're not aware already, we do have social channels. You can come check us out. We're at Starwyrms on Twitter, Spaceships and Starwyrms on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're not there already, we've got a Discord where we post all kinds of random crap, and we have a great time there. So you can find that link down below. And also, as Audrey mentioned earlier at the very beginning of the stream, special shout out to the organization that our friend Metal Steve has put together. You can find a link for that, not only in our chat, if you're not in the chat because you missed it, you can find a link in the announcement section of our Discord channel.
You can also find it on our Twitter, and I'm sure this won't be the last time we're talking about it. That is Project Sunlight, and it's a partnership with Rain to deal with abuse of power and sexual assault that may occur in LARPs. So please do check that out and support if you feel so inclined.
Yep. So,
Absolutely.
once again, thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. You can catch us again
Hold
on the
Aaron.
25th.
I got one other thing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
All right, I didn't mean to cut you off. So one other thing. So as Audrey mentioned at the beginning of the stream, our next book is coming out. Our next expansion book is coming out. The Galactic Primer on Urban Sprawls. We will be doing previews across social media for it, and we will be doing some voting on which previews we will release on our Discord. So if you're part of our Discord, you'll get a chance to vote for which things that you want to see ahead of time.
Whoop, whoop. Fun dance.
All right, Aaron, you can finish now. That was it. That's all I had to say.
Well, as they said, go check out the Discord. A lot of fun. And we'll see you next time. Not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday on August 25th. Have a good night, everyone.
Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.